Oh, are we on the air? There he is. What up, Chris? What up, Shahid? The dude, lady.
Going on with the girl?
Not much chilling, man. Glad to have you here.
Hey, Colin, we can use those questions from a couple weeks ago if you can find them. Let me know if I need to send them to you again. We had some questions from like 3 weeks ago we never got to.
Please send them again.
Here we go.
In the meantime,
Start
in the
wearing a
meantime,
large
in
t-shirt.
between time, you go your way, and I'll go mine. Nothing.
Oh, add some light. Hello. Picked it out my ear. We are live on the air. And it is Thursday again. What up, Shahid?
Got me on mute.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say.
That's
Yeah,
my
what's
fault.
going on? Yeah.
Man, I'm cooling, man. I can't complain. I could if I want to. You know, I tell people that all the time, I
Cooling
have a
down.
pretty okay life. I'm just about to get a little bit better, but I have the opportunity to complain. I just try not to. So try not to. Ooh, excuse me. I talk bad about Shan while he not here. I'm gonna tell. I'm gonna tell him to his face when he get here. He just invited himself to my house.
He said, "I'm gonna pull up."
Yeah, he's on his way. I actually just called me about 10 minutes ago. So
Oh, that's today.
yeah,
Oh,
no, he's not. He's not coming here. But I don't. I mean, I don't. I don't think logistically we would have been able to both go live from the same camera unless he, had a setup that was, whatever. But
gotcha.
I mean, I don't know because I don't know. But last week was a really good episode. We got a lot of good feedback from it. I really, since I knew a lot of the stuff that you were going through already, um, I was just like, most isn't this common knowledge? But apparently,
Be
it's not.
surprised.
Yeah, it's not. So I am taken aback that some people just don't, know the certain things, which is cool. I kind of learned by trial and error. Um, it's
And I think that's where we make the mistake. Also, it's just like we assume that people already know these things, and we already figured that they have it sorted out. But I think
right,
these basic
right, and that's definitely a mistake
conversations
that
need
I
to
made.
happen
That
more.
I thought that more people would know that information, but that's just not the case.
I mean, there was
Wrong way.
thousands that missed out. A couple of people must that I know, uh, didn't qualify for anything because they wasn't structured properly. So
Right. Yeah, I every year I actually so I don't know if this is a new thing. ERC, are you familiar with that term?
who?
Employee retention credit.
No, that's new to me.
Okay. So if you've been in business since 20, I don't know how long, but over the last since the pandemic, I've had this payroll company tell me about ERC, which is called it's a tax credit given to you on your taxes to retain employees. Um, it's up to like $26,000
Hmm.
in a tax credit that's given to business owners. So I don't have employees. I only have 1099 contractors. And I actually switched over from 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 W-4, W-2 employees to 1099 contractors right before COVID had hit,
Hmm.
and it just my this lady that works for Paychex. You've heard of Paychex, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so lady that works,
CHEX.
yeah, she was like, "Oh, I can get you a tax credit, blah blah blah," and I was like, "Yeah, but I don't have any employees." Everybody is 1099. I literally had just switched over, and I met her during the pandemic, and she was really great. Her name was Danielle. So, shout out to Danielle for being a big help. So,
What are the requirements? Like, how
I didn't
many
even look
employees?
into it.
Okay.
I didn't look into any because the 12, 13 of people, however many people I have, are only um, are all 1099, and I'm like, nope, can't go any further. Um, but I would
I'll
ask your tax
research it.
professional.
I'll research it. But in the
Yeah.
grand scheme of things, I think there's four levels to business. So just with the bare basic things that we did last weekend or last week, I think that's definitely level one. But there's like three more tiers of business. So it's like once you get to the third and fourth levels, it's like you're basically like a C corp, 50 plus employees. You're like should have a brick and mortar and all that kind of stuff in place.
You could. It's not always necessary though. So it's 15 levels. Um, so it just depends on your structure. So
Shahid, are you looking to start a business? Uh,
you
you're muted.
muted. You're
You're
still
muted.
muted.
We can't hear you. We can't hear you.
So I've already got a couple. I've had my own nonprofit for some years now, but I've also been delved in a couple LLCs or whatnot. But I don't really have the desire to take it um, because what I'm doing, like, hope the IRS ain't on this thing, but
Just stop it right there. Just stop it right there.
but
No need to proceed.
I'm doing all right, man.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I was going. That was actually going to be my question too to you. What are your what are your business aspirations, or if you had any? Um, I like I said, I've been in business. In my opinion, I've been in business since I was 10.
Right.
So, hustling newspapers, you know, when I got to college, I was making T-shirts, and then, after college, I was cutting grass, and I used to hate cutting grass, because I did it so much as a kid. It was just a natural, you know what? I'm not working. Let me make some money, cut some grass. So I tried my hand at everything, and they say, I don't know who says this, but I've heard that it takes I think it's like 7 businesses before you hit your first million or something like that. I'm like, man, there are so many
Seven
hundreds,
streams. Seven streams of income. I guess you could say it's businesses.
whichever, right? There are hundreds of thousands of dollars in between zero and a million, and a million, millions of dollars is great, right? But um, making, if your expenses are, let's just say hypothetically, your expenses are 4,000 and you bringing in 30,000 a month, that's not bad, you know. So it's
Good
all about
chunk.
perspective for me. So
Yeah. What was I about to say?
Yeah, I
I was
think
about.
like
I had.
some
Go ahead.
businesses. I think some businesses
yeah,
actually cost. It's more cost effective for some businesses to not become an official business. Like from, let's say hypothetically speaking, like for example, if I purchased a horse for $600 and then I trained it, broke it, turned it into like a $6,000 horse. If I took that business and made it official, now instead of just 10xing my profit or 100xing my profit, now I got to pay for insurance here and this there and this, and it's just like now my profit that was, let's say 100x or 10x is now still a profit, but it's not. You know what I mean? Whether I just, you know what I mean? So
So,
Yeah.
yeah,
With big business comes big bills.
right.
quite true. And the liability risk, you got to be aware of the liabilities at every turn. It is not it's not for the weak. Anyway, take a quick pause. Want to give a shout out to Wes. He has a son graduating, so um, congratulations to you and your son on his graduation. So huge shout out to our brother Wes while he tends that. Put some water in it for me. Bring me that powder. What up, Mr. Ross?
What's happening? I'll be right back. I'm trying to get this stuff under control. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Is it clear, or do I need to put in my earpiece?
Yeah, we
You're
didn't
clear.
recognize you at first without the lights and the bokeh.
No, yeah, you good.
Is the audio clear, or should I switch up?
No, you're clear.
Okay, cool. All right, give me a second. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Yep. So, um, anyways, we are. Just bring it to me. I'll do it. Thank you, sir. Hey, Tasha.
Good evening out there in TV land.
Let's see if we can get a. Since Shan told us about this BCAA powder, I'm gonna call him and tell him, man, every week I'm drinking your powder on YouTube. Y'all gotta sponsor us.
There we go.
He didn't move
Mic
back.
check 1 2.
Way in
Huh?
the
Three,
back.
4, 5, 6.
We can hear you.
All right. All right. Cool. What's up, fellas? I heard some stuff. 7 streams of income is bullshit. Don't believe that. That's a myth. Um, and uh, and and Shaheed, remember, starting a business is always about sustainability and scaling. If you don't anticipate sustainability and scaling, then no, you shouldn't do it. But if you plan on doing it year after year after year, buying a horse for 600 and selling it for 6,000, but you're gonna do 10 of that and 10 of those in 1 year, and you plan to do 20 the next year, then you absolutely want to start. If you're gonna just do one horse, you're gonna just do one horse, then don't do it. You know,
Nah,
but you won't be able to get by making $600,000, or after your 10th year, talking about I'm just trying to fly on the radar.
You can do
That
it
ain't
for
gonna happen.
3. You can do it for 3, but not 6.
Yeah, unless you want to get into the laundering money business, then you can talk about something else. Other than that, if you make it $5,000, you did it once or twice. Uncle Sam don't even want to know about that. It's not even worth the paperwork. But if you're doing that
That's like
shit,
selling a car.
yeah.
I sold my
So there's no
car,
such
you
thing.
know.
There's really no such thing as a scaled business that isn't worth turning into a business. You won't be able to really think of one outside of drug business.
yeah, I'm not planning on that at all.
That's
What's
cool.
on your agenda tomorrow, Mr. Ross?
I'm out here for the Lapeef Network. They having their their meetup, the Lapeef Atlanta. I keep looking at this, but I'm not on that camera. I'm on this one. The Lapeef Network meetup. So we're doing a show tomorrow, Friday. They're doing Let's Talk tonight, so I'm gonna have to take off a little early tonight and shoot over to the Hyatt Hotel. And then Saturday it's another event. I don't know if the red carpet event is tomorrow or Saturday. I'm not sure. But I came out early because I wanted to see some friends. I figured I'd get some basketball in, enjoy it, hook up in the ATL. I plan on seeing Chris.
You play basketball?
Are you kidding me? Man, I'm 6'2". That's an abomination to be over 6 foot and don't ball.
No.
Bad knees and all. Bad
Huh?
knees and all. I got a mean ass jumper, bro. I can't. I'm not pushing through for no layups, but I could jump like a motherfucker. Shaheed don't want to see me. I'm just telling y'all. Shaheed don't want to see a nigga, and I'm an old motherfucker. I'm 20 years as a senior, and Shaheed don't want to see me.
We play basketball we play basketball twice a week.
Word? Wait.
Wednesday and Friday on my side of town at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Oh shit! Wait, okay, wait. Are y'all playing what days?
Tomorrow.
Oh, I'll pull up. I'll pull up tomorrow morning for sure. The show ain't until 6 o'clock tomorrow night. I gotta go to the mall. I was gonna shoot over to the perimeter mall and go shopping, but I'll for sure pull up and get
open till like 11.
Somebody. All I'm saying is somebody recorded.
I'll pull up the show.
We put it on YouTube. My boy put us on YouTube. We run the gym. We win about 4 or 5 games and then we retire until we drag everybody. So
All right.
I shoot you the address.
Without further ado, I know we want to talk about Colin. I know Colin and Chris wants to stay on task.
Nope, we're good.
Okay, cool. So we're 3 minutes in, and I want to talk to everybody. What we do here at Ask a Black Man Anything, ladies and gentlemen, is one thing we do is we try to give you guys all the information that you need to understand how Black men think in America. We talk about love life, we talk about marriage life, single life, we talk about career life, we talk about hustling, we talk about entrepreneurship, we talk about justice, we talk about everything. And one of the things that we want Black men to do, particularly when we're speaking directly to the brothers, is to be better versions of themselves. You always heard the term, be the best version of yourself, right? It's become cliche at this point, but it's absolutely true. Last week, for our second season, thank you everybody for being here on our second year. Colin opened up with the ins and outs of starting a business. Everybody, the number one wealth builder on the planet is entrepreneurship. There's the highest paying job in the United States is a neurosurgeon. That's the highest paying job. That's a salary. That's a W-2 salary job. Is a neurosurgeon. Those max out around $450,000 a year, right? On average. Some of them make a little bit more. Some make a little bit less. But if you're a neurosurgeon, right, you're operating on people's brains, then you're looking at about $450,000 a year. From there, it goes down. There's no attorney. There's no salaried attorney. There's no salaried doctor. There's no other positions that typically make more money than a neurosurgeon. Now, don't get me wrong. There's people in America that make more money than that have a job, but those typically come through bonuses from the company, sales positions, or how good the company did. And at the end, you get this big fat check because the company did so well. But if you look at the W-2, if you look at what's actually salaried, it's not too many jobs that make over $500,000. So then where all the millionaires come from? Entrepreneurship. Real estate is the biggest wealth builder of them all. But entrepreneurship is what everybody that wants to be a millionaire needs to get into. And Colin knows that there's a lot of Black men out there that want to be entrepreneurs, but they don't know where to start and they're too embarrassed to ask others. So that's why he gave a great segment. I want you guys to tap in to last week's show so you can learn on the things, the basics. This is the basics that Colin gave you guys point by point as to what you need to do to start a business. And we're going to give these tips out every single week. Before we start our Ask a Black Man, every Ask a Black Man Anything episodes, we're going to give you a quick tidbits on things that'll be good for you as a black man here in America. This week is my turn, and I want to talk to all the brothers out there on how to get the woman you want. Now, I get it. You can get women. Women can get men. Women is tough to keep them though. The biggest struggle that women have in relationships is keeping the man that she wants. Getting a man is no problem for most women. Just there's not much to do. We always talk about the wall. Women hit the wall. Well, men are born at the wall and they have to overcome it. Men value increases as he gets smarter and gets more handsome. He has to gain his value in the dating and mating spaces. And so when you think about what men have to do, well, keeping a woman is not as tough. Getting a woman, on the other hand, that's a tough one. A lot of guys out there, they can't get the girls that they like. They can. Don't get me wrong. There's a few girls in his classroom that likes him. There's that girl at his job that likes him. Maybe the mail lady thinks he's cute, or the neighbor down the hall, she thinks he's cute. She's always flirting with him, but she's just not his cup of tea. Maybe visually, she's not his cup of tea. We all have the issue where somebody that likes me, I don't like them, and the person that I like don't like me back. That is a universal issue across the dating and mating spaces in America. The person that I like don't like me, and the person that likes me don't like me back. Well, fellas, I know that you want the girl that you want, not the ones that want you. And there's 9 things that you must do, and I guarantee you, or your money back, you'll get the girl you like. This is an issue that a lot of people have. I did a whole show on it, but I'm gonna give you guys the quick tidbits, and I'll be 7 minutes or less. Number 1, long-term job history. Now, I would have had bullets, but I'm traveling, and so I didn't get a chance to do this. So I want you guys to all write this down, right? The number 1 thing is have a job, but not just a job. You have to have long-term job history. Women are hypergamous. Women want to date or mate with somebody who is equal or above them on the socioeconomic ladder. And so work you must do. All women want you to have. What you got to have a job if you want to be with me, is what they're saying, right? But you can't have a job where you just was there for 3 months and then you lost that job and then you moved on to the next job, and you got into it with your boss, and so you said fuck that and you just quit. Then you went over here and you became a forklift driver at this warehouse, but your coworker was tripping on you. They ate your sandwich, and so they thought you stole something, so you lost that job, and next thing you know, you're at the next job. Women are not looking for that. The reason why is because of the 4 P's that women look for: provide, protect, problem solve, and procreate. Provide is one of them. And if she can see that you cannot maintain a job for at least 9 months, I like to say 2 years, but I'm going to be safe and say 9 months. If you can't keep a job for 9 months straight, then brothers, women that you want won't want you, because she knows that you're inconsistent when it comes to your job history. In the military, I talk about it, that we have a stripe on our dress A uniform, and it shows a stripe. Every stripe counts for 2 years in service. The soldiers with a whole lot of stripes on his arm, everybody knows they've been in the military a long time. That, to women, that's a visual instant success. Number 1, to get the woman that you want, is to have a job, but not just a job. You have to have a long-term historied job. The second thing you must do, fellas, and I know this is tough for some of you guys. I know a lot of people think they got it going on, but they don't. But you must be clean, and you must look immaculate at all times. Right now, I'm wearing some gray slacks, black t-shirt. My button down is over there. I just steamed it, getting ready to go somewhere. Women size you up too, especially in the black community. One of the things that black women look at first before job history, and if you can provide, and she want to make sure that you look good too. See, we always talk about women must be fit, fine, and friendly and feminine and all this, but she got to be shaped. But women don't want no slovenly boy. Number 2, you must be clean. Now, here's the kicker for women. Women like the details, not the macro. They like the micro. See, fellas, when we see a woman from a distance, we say, damn, she's fine. And then we make an approach. But women need to see you up close. You know why? Because there's a few things she's checking for. Number 1, she's checking to make sure your fingernails are clean at all times. A lot of you fellas take that for granted. Go cut them claws. Right now, I think you're looking at your fingernails right now. Everybody did. At one point, glance down at their hands, and if they didn't, they should. And if there's grime or grit up under them fingernails, she already saw that, dude. She already saw that you keep nasty fingernails, and you think she's gonna let you put them fingers in her vagina? That's what she's thinking. She thinks she's gonna let you caress her soft skin, moisturize, supple breasts with them claws? That's dirty. That's not happening, bro. But women check that out all the time. I also tell men that they need to have crispy white shoes, not dingy ones. I know you got some Air Force Ones, but they a little old. They wrinkled. Your shoes, if you're gonna wear some, must be white. If you're gonna have white shoes, off white, not sort of white, not kind of white, not puffed up white, crispy white. That makes a difference. You see the accessories, like I said, God is in the details. Success is in the details. Why do you think women are fond of gray sweats? You think it's just the gray sweats? It's also the clean white t-shirt and the white J's that you wear with those sweats. To women, that says that you take care of yourself. They look at that as a hygienic determinant from a distance to make sure that you're as clean as she'd like you to be. Another bonus for that is smelling good. You should smell me now. I smell fantastic. But how do you smell right now, fellas? Well, she can tell that. Now, it's one thing to not smell like anything, but it's another thing if you put a lasting impression. A lot of people ask people about Rihanna. Hey, what do you think about the pop star, superstar singer Rihanna? She smells good. Everybody that has ever met Rihanna knows that Rihanna smells fantastic. That's the lasting impression that Rihanna leaves on people when she meets them. Can you imagine the lasting impression that you'd leave on a woman if you smelled good? Now, I get it. There's purists out there that say, you know what, don't even use a body spray, bro, cologne only. Listen, a lot of you guys need to just get started. That's for the graduate level discussion. Right now, we're in freshman class. I don't care what you wear, but you have to wear something. I don't care that you have a cologne that's been in your bathroom for 10 years. Go get some body spray. There should never be a time that you step out of your house, going anywhere, including work, school, friend's house, 7-Eleven, putting gas in your car, going to the damn mailbox. Do not step out of your house and you don't smell good, because you never know who you're going to run into, especially that neighbor that lives down the hall that you've been checking for, and you don't understand why she's not looking at you. I'll tell you why. It's because you're not clean. You look sloppy every time you go. And that one time you guys got in the elevator together, you stunk and didn't know it, because you can't smell your breath the way somebody else can. The third thing you need to do to get women, the first one, remember, you have to have a job, long-term job history with that job. In and out of jobs ain't gonna do it. Number two, you got to be immaculately clean everywhere you go at all times. Number three, fix your teeth. Gentlemen, you must fix your teeth. I don't care how you slice it. I don't care how much money it's gonna cost. These days, it doesn't cost as much as it used to. Crooked teeth, get some braces. Missing teeth, get veneers. I don't care what you do. You cannot talk to women with a yuck mouth. They don't like it. By and large, nice teeth is one of the top 3 things that most women look for when they first meet somebody. You don't get a second chance to make a first impression, brothers. And when you smile, she's looking, paying attention. I don't care how you do it. Fix your teeth. If they're yellow, them cleaned. It's possible. You can do it. The fourth thing you must do, and this is important. You'll notice this with us brothers here on Ask a Black Man Anything. Now, listen, we are somewhat of a personality, all 8 of us, right? So we have to do it. But if we weren't on Ask a Black Man Anything Ask a Black Man Anything every Thursday, we'd still do it. That's the kind of brothers we are. We vetted each other before we started this podcast. The thing you got to do is you got to cut your hair, and you have to cut it every 7 days. Every 7 days. If you're single, you cut your hair. If you're single and ready to mingle, you have to maintain your haircut every 7 days. Black men. Now, what are you talking about, Shan? I get lined up. I go see my barber every 2 weeks. No, Every 2 weeks is for married men. Every 2 weeks is for brothers that's cuffed. Every 2 weeks to go see your barber is when you are in a relationship already. If you are single, you got to keep it crispy, clean, bald, or whatever you got going on every week. Now, I will say that some of you may not have the money to go see a barber or the time to go see a barber. This is where you start doing self care. You can cut your own hair and keep it sharp and lined up as best you can 1 week, and then go see your barber the next. And then you can hopscotch each other week after week. But I don't care if you do a razor or a set of clippers need to touch head every week, every 7 days max. Men get kitchens too. You know, we get rough, we get edges too. You know what the women look for? They don't necessarily check for the line. They look at the back of your neck. Behind your ears, that roughness back there is a mess. Those beards that be looking like Santa Claus rust, clean that shit up, man. I know a lot of you think that that's not necessary because you can go 2 weeks without having a razor touch your head. That's not how it works, brother. Not if you're single. Now, I get it. The things that I'm telling you, and it's going to get even more tough because I got to go, may not be and not with a woman. I'm giving you the woman that you want. Uh-oh. It says I'm having stream issues. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, he just cut out.
He was on the roll.
Yeah, he was on a roll.
Give him a second, everybody.
Salute to cruise season for the $10 super chat. Appreciate you. Back on you, Shane.
Shout out. I had to
Pull up,
switch
cruise
cameras.
season.
Am I back?
You back?
We hear you.
All right. Let me push through. So, fellas, you got to get a haircut. Oh, I'm on this camera now. You got to get a haircut every week, not every 2 weeks. It's important that you maintain your hygienic and sharpness with your hairline, with your hair, with your beard, with your mustache on a 7-day basis. Once again, because you never know who you're going to run into. Well, wait a minute, man. That's a lot. Yeah, it takes a lot to maintain. It just is what it is. This is the reason why the girl in your apartment building ain't checking for you, because she saw you when you went to the mail center down on the first floor that one morning. And when you went to go get your mail, she was there. She looked at you, and in a split second, she knew that you wasn't the one. If I would have been there, on the other hand, if Chris would have been there, on the other hand, if Colin or Shahid would have been there, she would have sparked up a small conversation. But with you, she just got her mail and left because you look like a booger wolf. You have to maintain a haircut every 7 days. Number 5 thing that you must do if you want the woman that you want, not just to get a woman, but if you want the woman that you want, you got to buy a watch. Fellas, you have to buy a watch. Do not step out the house without a watch. Well, why is that important, Shan? And I don't mean an Apple Watch. You got to have something nice. I'm not telling you to go out there and spend $20,000 on a Rolex. I'm not telling you to spend 40 grand on a Daytona. You don't even have to spend $1,000. You don't really have to even spend 500, but you got to have at least one nice timepiece in your in your arsenal. For 2 reasons. One, it makes you look sophisticated. A nice watch adds. Hold on. A nice watch adds a little bit of sophistication to your life. You got to have a nice one, at least one, fellas. All right. The second reason why timeliness is important to women. When a woman sees that a man takes the time, catch that? Pun intended, takes the time to put some effort into his timepiece that he uses to make sure that he's always on time. That sends a signal to that woman that you're the kind of man that would keep shit in order if you were to be in a family together. If a woman can see that a man cares enough about his timepiece that he uses to make sure that he knows what time it is, then that sends a signal to her that he's the kind of man that she wants. This is all, remember, we talk about the details, fellas. This is the details. A lot of you guys don't have a watch. A lot of you guys ran out there and got a cool little Apple Watch and think that that's enough. No, I'm talking about something classic. You don't have to spend $400. You can spend $100, but you got to get something nice. It has to look nice. And when you put it on, and if you haven't had experienced this, you will once you get something. Oh, I like your watch. That's nice. When a woman says that to you, she's saying, I like you, believe it or not. Fellas, the number 6 thing that you must do to get the woman you want. Remember, number 1 is you got to have a job with time and history. You got to be there. You got to have been on the job for a substantial amount of time. Number 2, you got to be clean, immaculately clean every time you step out of your house. I don't care where you go. I don't care if you're running to go grab a sandwich at Subway. Look sharp when you go. Get rid of those dingy ass t-shirts. Get rid of the t-shirts with a drunk collar that's all low. You'll never see me wearing anything like that. Get rid of t-shirts that, oh, but that's my favorite. I've had it for so long. Trash it. I don't care. T-shirts are $7 at Target. There's no excuse to wear dingy, frumpy, grumpy, raggedy shit. Those old jeans, throw them away. Go buy some new clothes, bro. Fix your teeth. That's important. That's one of the top 3 things that women want in a man physically, is that he has nice teeth. You need to cut your hair on a weekly basis. You need to buy yourself a watch. And number 6, fellas, it's a new age. It's 2022. We tell the truth now. The foundation of the red pill is about truth. The thing that makes people, the truth will set you free. Now, I know we're pushing this on women, but men lie too. And arguably, men don't lie as good as women. Remember, that's the big trope, right? Maybe men just don't care like women, and they lie. They could lie as good as women if they cared like women, but maybe men just don't give a shit. Point is, in 2022, lying is whack for men and women. You got other women, you need to let your woman know that you got other women. You broke, tell her you broke. I'm broke right now. And I need to get my paper up, so I'm not ready for that. I don't want to buy that. I don't want to do that. Where were you last night? I was with my friends, and then we hung out with some girls that we met. And we stayed out for an extra 3 hours. You tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Remember, omission of the truth is a lie. You can't say, well, where did you go last night? Well, I went and had some drinks, and then I came home. Oh, you're going to not mention that you went and had drinks with your work girlfriend and that you was partying all night and you fucking... No, you tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. You don't just give bits and pieces. Believe it or not, men want respect. That's one of the commandments in manhood. I need my respect, and I need my woman to respect me. But you won't get it, bro, if you come off as a liar. Lying is out of style these days, man. So I need you to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, especially if you think it's going to hurt you. By and large, it won't hurt you. I know it doesn't seem like that. It seems nonsensical to be, if I tell her that, man, that's going to fuck her up. Let it fuck her up if you think that that's going to be the case. But once you set a precedent on truth telling all the time, your relationships become better. And then you know what you end up doing? You stop doing the things that you know will hurt somebody because you know you're going to tell the truth about it. This is where we self-regulate. In truth telling, you're able to put a filter on your behavior. But the moment that you think you can lie out of everything that you'll do, then that's when you'll start doing anything. You have to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. That's number 6. Number 7, there's 3 more things you must do to get the woman you want. The number 7 thing you must do is you got to be funny. You have to have a sense of humor. One surefire way to marry the woman you want is to keep her laughing through and through. You hear it all the time, man. How did he get her? He looked like a gremlin. He's only this tall. He's black as tar. He look a mess. He's as big as a house. What the fuck did he do to get her? You know what? He kept her laughing. He had a sense of humor. Now, I ain't telling you got to be a stand-up comedian. But let me tell you something. You have to have a sense of humor. And whenever you see a man that has a woman, but he didn't necessarily get her because of his humor, maybe he's a dry personality. I'm going to tell you one thing. He didn't get her on a cold call, as we call it. He got her because she ended up knowing him for a while. That's one of those relationships where they worked together for a while and she ended up liking him because proximity matters and she's around him all the time and she sees what kind of person he is. Or they went to church together and they've been at church. They grew up in the same church for 4 years, 5 years, 10 years. And she ended up growing. He ended up growing on her. But he's never been funny. Let me tell you something. If you want to get the girl that you like and she don't know you, you got to have a sense of humor. Learn to tell some jokes. Knock jokes is a good way to start. Believe it or not, it works. Women love a man with a sense of humor. The eighth thing that you must do to get the woman that you want, and this is where a lot of men fall off, and I think a lot of you guys are going to fail and you won't get the woman you want. You're going to have to settle for the one that's going to tolerate your ass, is you have to listen intently. What, Shannon? Are you crazy? Every time she talks, she sounds like Charlie Brown's teacher. It's just womp, 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 womp. I don't want to hear her, man. I know you don't. Then that ain't the girl for you, probably. Or you need to learn how to become a more sensible man. Women want to speak. Sometimes they say stupid shit and it doesn't make any sense. That's okay. You still need to act like you know what you're talking about. Have you ever had a child? We always hear it. I had a child and I became a lot more patient. I had a child and I humbled myself because of my daughter or my son. Have you ever spoke to a 2-year-old? I bet you have. You didn't know what the fuck they were saying, but the 2-year-old didn't know no different. They were just talking because you want to build their speech up. And they're just saying stuff and you having a whole conversation with that 2-year-old and you don't know what they're saying and you just talking back and forth. But why can't you do that with the woman that you can't stand? You need to speak to your woman, but you need to listen more intently than you probably already are doing. You need to listen more intently to the women that you think is going to babble on with eye contact, by the way. I get it. We're wired logically, so we dismiss stuff that are emotionally charged. But you have to overcome that. That's a personality trait that you're going to have to change. You need to learn how to listen to women intently. They want a good listener. They want somebody where they have a bad day. This is part of the problem solving, which is a whole different show. But you got to be able to listen to a woman and hear what the hell she's saying to let her know that you actually care about what's going on in her life. And the last thing you got to do, fellas, the last thing you got to do, if you want to get the woman you want, if you want to get the woman you want, this is not a tutorial on getting a woman. I think most of you guys that down. If you want to get the woman that you want, fellas, you have to check up on her. Oh, shit, I ain't no simp. What the fuck you talking about check up on her, man? I ain't checking for no bitch. I ain't doing nothing. Yeah, you know who say that? There's the dudes that live in their mama's basement playing 2K all night, all day. And then get on the internet with these Twitter fingers and be typing and acting like they big and bad and they get hoes and all that. Them dudes ain't the dudes that's out in the street. They're not outside. The dudes that talk like that, they're not outside. They don't travel. They don't go nowhere. They live in their uncle and auntie's converted garage with a fast internet connection and fast Twitter fingers. Listen, fellas, you got to check up on your women. You know why? Because that's actually it's second and third, but the third P for sure. The second P for sure. You have to provide, protect, problem solve, and procreate. Protection is desired by all women on the planet. Black, white, Asian, or Latino, American, or otherwise. All women in the human species wants a male to protect her. Period. And if you don't check up on your woman, I didn't say that you have to simp out. I ain't telling you that you got to buy stuff. I ain't telling you that you need to send her money. We don't cash app. No, I ain't talking about cash apping somebody, zelling them some money. Talking about, are you good? I'm not telling you to put a cape on and go save the day for a woman that's not up under your protection, or rather up under your cover. But if you got a girl that you know that you want to meet, you want to get to know her better, you want to you got to check up on her, man. You got to let her know that you're the type who will protect in the event she does come up under your cover. Hey, how's your day today? Everything went good? Traffic was okay? Did you eat? Okay, well, you need to get something to eat. That's not smart. I don't want you once a day. You need to eat. You need to spread that meal out throughout the day. Did you buy your make sure you get your check. Everything else is good. What's up with your on your car? Look, you know what? I'll do some boys. I'll find the tires that you need, and I'll send you the best deal. This will be the best thing for you. Got to check up on the woman that you want, fellas. This is what we do. This is what we do as men. Protection. And when the woman that you want sees that you're the protective type of man, oh, you're winning. Fellas, all you have to do to get the woman that you want is 9 difficult things. 9 difficult things. 1, long-term job history. 2, look immaculately clean at all times. 3, fix your teeth. They need to be straight. They need to be bright and white. 4, cut your hair every 7 days. 5, buy a watch. 6, tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. 7, get a sense of humor if you don't have one. 8, learn to listen intently. 9, check up on her to make sure she's good. Check up on her to make sure she's good. And if you do these 9 things, fellas, and I know I went long, I'm sorry. Looks like I went 19 minutes longer than I was supposed to. Congratulations, you just captured the woman of your own, the one that you actually want. There is no man on planet Earth who was single and wanted a woman that he wanted, that he actually liked, that did all 9 things, and he couldn't get the quality woman. And I'm talking 100% of men get the women they want if they can do these 9 things. The problem is far too many men want the woman that he wants, but he's missing items on this list. You cannot do 8 of them and skip one. You can't do extra on one to make up for one that you don't do at all. You have to do all 9, period, and you're winning. In fact, I tell people all the time, this is how Pookie got the girl. And that's it.
So I want to. Can we adjust 7 a little bit to say have a talent, like a lady? Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Listen, like, because a lady told me that a guy has to be 3 things. He has to either be funny, he has to be able to sing, or he has to be able to cook. If he has one of those 3, he's good, right? Like if he's funny, you in the game. But if he's funny and he can cook, shut the game down. But don't let him be funny, can cook, and can sing. He get them all. Get them all.
Here's the thing. So can we swap out number 7, which is be funny? The problem with swapping out a talent with personality is that you can't showcase your talent everywhere you go.
That's good. That's good.
If I go to Sunday brunch and I see that you got a bunch of, you sipping on a mimosa, I can't show you how good I make a casserole or a lasagna.
Facts.
So I'm gonna have to all 9 items are either instantly shown to women or shown relatively fast. all of them, to checking up on her. I mean, that's something that you can do in 3 days. To
Yep.
being funny, that's instant. Listening to her, that's day one. Telling the truth. Well, how many girlfriends do you have? Well, right now I'm dating 4 girls. I'm dating 4 girls. There's 4 people I like. I'm not committed to any of them. I'm only having sex with one. I am, because I have to have sex. I'm having sex with 1 girl. I'm dating 4. All of them know the truth, but I really like you. That's a weird thing to tell a woman, right? But tell the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth. But that's something that you can say right away. Wearing a watch is something that she can see when she first meets you. Being clean and your haircut and your teeth being straight is something she can tell, and your job history is going to be discovered relatively fast. So most of this stuff is something that all men will need to have or do to be able to get a woman or keep a woman, typically early on. I'm talking in the first week of meeting her. So the
I can
talent. If
agree
I
with
want to show you how well I can do something, like if I want to show you I'm a race car driver, I got to get you in the car first.
I can get with that. I also wanted to highlight number 9, because I think it's understated. The check up on a woman. It's so simple to check up on a woman when you
Oh
go
yeah,
on your first or you go on any date. It's so simple to just say, if you didn't go pick her up and you leave late, it's so simple to just say, text me when you get home. That is the simplest thing. And if you know it takes about 30, 45 minutes to get home and it's an hour and a half, and y'all had a great date and she doesn't call you or text you back, she might not be interested. That might be number one. Number two, if she is interested and she texts you, she lets you know, she's letting you know tons. That's the simplest thing. It takes no effort to just say, hey, let me know when you made it home. That is the simplest way to provide protection, because even though you're not going to show up at their house, they still want to know that you care in a sense. So try that, because it works flawlessly. Because any woman that has ever dated me, they know that the first thing that I say when they leave me is, please let me know when you make it home.
that's right.
If and or they text me as they're traveling. Hey, I'm
Mhm.
here. Hey, I'm here. Like, I was in a relationship for a year and a half, and my ex girlfriend lived in, or her parents lived in Florida, so she would travel back between Atlanta and Florida. Metro
Mhm.
Atlanta, Shan. Metro Atlanta and Florida. So 5 hour drive. So we both have iPhones. So I would say, share your location. When she drove, she got a flat tire. And she was 2 hours, 2.5 hours from her dad, and an hour and 2 hours from me. So she has to make a choice. Well, who do I call? My dad is 10 o'clock at night. I'm 2.5, 3 hours away from my dad. I'm 2 hours from my significant other, my man. Who do I call? She picks up the phone. She calls me. My tire pressure is getting low. What's the tire pressure? Check up on her. What's the tire pressure? You need, as a man, there's just certain things that you got to know, right? 30 psi is okay. 34, 36, depending on the type of vehicle, is the average range that you want to be in. Depending on the truck, it could go up to 39 or 41. But if you're in the 36, 37 psi range on a tire pressure, if that particular vehicle shares tire pressure, then they're okay. But if it drops below that and it's steadily dropping, you need to tell her immediately to pull over. The tire is about to go flat, and she's going to mess up her rim. So it was probably like 11 o'clock at night. I drove from Buckhead, Atlanta, to, let's just say, I think it was Perry, Georgia, which was about 2.5 hours away, at 11 o'clock at night. I told her to pull over to a gas station, share your location, drove to the location, changed her tire, and then gave her my vehicle so she wouldn't have to drive on a spare. Check up
Mhm.
on her. Those are the kind of things that you do to have the woman that you desire start to desire you back. Because when she looks at you, she knows that she's able to find safety with you.
Yeah, simple
It's
stuff,
the
man.
little things that go a long way.
It's simple stuff. The thing is, and a lot of guys, that have been hurt or burned will get into these spaces that we talk here, and they'll call that simping. That's not simping. That's not simping. And trust me, I know simping when I see it. Checking up on somebody is not. In fact, one of the here's let's go one step further. One of the things that we say is, oh, you know what? It's easy to send a text to say, hey, call me when you get home, right? And that may send butterflies through her, through her body to know that you even asked that. And when you get home, or when she gets home, she says, I'm home. If you don't respond to the I'm home, that's the issue. Don't ask for somebody to check up. Don't ask to check up to make sure that somebody's home. And when they get home, you don't respond to the fact that they got home. But you want to go another step further. You want to go to a step that Shannon's at. Why don't I
Right.
just talk to you until you get home?
Or yeah, or that.
Don't. You don't have. You don't have to call me when you get home. I'm gonna listen to you open the door. I'm gonna talk to you while you drive. That was a great. You went on a date or whatever, or and y'all met in the middle or whatever. Maybe it was a first date and she met you there, or she took an Uber to where you are. Then no problem. You give her a call. Hey, well, why are you calling? Because I just want to make sure that you get home safe, and I don't want to take a chance to find out that you didn't get home. Because if you didn't get home, then what the hell I'm gonna do 15 minutes late, 20 minutes later on, 30 minutes later, when I discover that you ain't there yet? In fact, why don't I just talk to you while you're on your way to make sure you're good? So in case something happens, I can react and have a response to come be to help save you instantly. But that's grown man shit, fellas. You wondering why you can't get the girls you want and the other guys are? It's because the success is in the details.
And here's the thing that I'll say, because I say it often. You have to practice the habits, or practice the habits so they can become a part of your character. If you do it once while you're just dating someone you really like, and then that experience stops, it's not a habit of yours. But if you do it as a regular habit, whether you like the person extremely a lot or you like the person a little bit, if you do it as a habit just on a consistent basis, that means one thing. You hear women say that they want a man that's consistent. In order to be consistent, you have to practice the habit. You can't just start something and stop it and think it's gonna, oh, I'm only gonna do it for the woman I really, really like. That's something that women do, and don't be a woman. Don't be a bitch. Oh, I'm only gonna do this for my husband. No, don't do that. Practice the habit now, so that when you get in the game, that you're always in the game. Right? One of my coaches used to tell me when I played football, you have to practice how you're going to play, and if you don't, typically you're going to end up being on the losing end of the stick.
Yep.
Great job, Shan. Have a great evening, sir. Safe travels. Be safe out there.
All right.
Getting jiggy with it. No.
But yeah, I'll follow it up with yeah, it really is just the small things because women, majority of the time, what they want is quality time. The big gifts, extravagant gifts, and things like that. It's like that's nice, but what they really want, if they're really into you, if they really care about you, is just spending that quality time. They just want your attention. They just want your time. They just want to spend time with you. So
Shane, go.
Yeah, he said he has to go to a something. I can't remember what it was.
Oh, the little peep thing. I can't, man. I don't know. I don't think I can agree with that, man. Like, I mean, for
With
me,
what?
I'm not gonna say none of it. I just want. I can't agree that the reality is every man cannot get the woman that they want, no matter what they do. That's just life. I don't care if you do that 100 times over. You may not be able to get the woman that you want, because sometimes with the woman that you want may just be out of your league. and you not even getting in certain spaces with her for her to understand that you're doing those things. You know what I mean? Like if she's not if she's not physically attracted to you, that watch don't matter to her. Your pretty teeth don't matter to her. How good you smell, she's not even in close enough proximity of you to smell you. So I mean, I get it. It is good self-help, self-improvement things for some men, and I encourage most men to do that. But the 100% guarantee, I guess, was what it was for me. That kind of like was like, man, it's some men out here that just they don't have that it factor. Like you can't when a man when he's him, he's him. When he's not, he's not. No matter what type of implementations of things that you do, some men just have the it factor, some don't. So it's just so that's why I get it, but just I wouldn't guarantee a man that you're gonna check all these things off the list and you're gonna get the girl you want. Because a
So
lot
is
of
it
Can't character be developed though? Can't you kind of develop the it factor?
no, you either are him or you're not him. Because
I I get that.
yeah, like some people, I'm not gonna say some people are born with it, but some people are born with that aura and that presence to where
Come
they
in the
can
room.
yeah, they can just move a room. So but again, I don't disagree with any of these things that men should do and have in their implement these things in their life to improve upon the success of attaining women, but the woman that they want, that woman just may be out of your league.
so is it
So
fair to say it'll attract the woman that they need?
Not even that, because a lot of those things you're doing, you're implementing might not be a necessity to what you need. Like, because what you need is based on who you are as a human being, not what you look like and what you do. You know what I mean? Like, you could still do all those things and still be like have some internal things that you need to develop and work on, and that there might be a particular woman that uh, is what you need, and she ain't looking for all those things.
I think the moral of the story or those points that Shan was making that, he said basically be the best version of yourself. So it's just like these things will, it's not it's like the byproduct is getting you the woman that you need or the woman that you want. But intangibly, these things are the things that are improving you as a man, the things that are
Right.
instilling or giving you the confidence that you need. So it's just like focus on you, focus on your purpose, and the rest will come. So it's just like these are things they'll notice about you if you're focusing on yourself. If you're not focusing on yourself, then it's just like you're gonna be invisible.
Right. So, like for example, the physical, like if we just take the physical components of it, a lot of women don't even like these type of men. You know what I mean? Some women really like men that are rough around the edges, and I'm not saying, don't get me misconstrued. Rough around the edges, you can be rough around the edges and still be clean. Like for me, for example, I'm rough around the edges. I'm a cowboy. I work with my hands a lot when I'm, in that aspect of my life, but I'm still clean. But some women don't like a man that's too well groomed. They don't like men that are overly groomed. You know what I mean? So it's just like I think
That's facts.
it's a balance that you need to have with it.
Agreed. I agree with that. Chris, did you have anything?
yeah, so well, how did I want to? I wanted to phrase it. Shahid said, "Oh, dog, it was
Like
there."
so,
And then
so
you
real
said,
quick, real quick, Chris. Like I'm gonna give it
"Oh,
back to
I
you.
got it. I got it out. I got it." So here's what you said, right? You said some men can't get the woman of their dreams. So let's put it in perspective. let's say you're an average guy, everyday guy, you're not, an athlete or whatever, anything like that, and you want, let's say you want Sierra, and she's on the market, right? Shout out to Blue Sox for the $20 super chat. Let's say you want Sierra. She's available, right? She's not married, and you work at Costco, and you're the executive vice president of Costco, or you're the store manager at Costco.
Mhm.
That might be the woman of your dreams, but you might want to have your reality and your dreams kind of match up. Hey,
But see, but
I'm not
all,
hating on you, but let's just be realistic. You probably won't ever meet her, right? But in more realistic terms, and I'm gonna let it come right to you, Shahid. If there is a woman that's in your sphere that you do desire, and she is available, then these things can enhance your chances to acquire that person. Go ahead, Shahid.
I agree. These things most definitely will enhance your chances of getting women. I'm gonna generalize it to women because I'm gonna just generalize it to women because when you say the woman that you want, it specifies an individual, and then you got to be in that space. You got to see you and whatnot. But the reality is, like, I'm gonna toot my own horn for a minute. There can be a guy that encompasses all of these things, and if he in the same room as me, he not gonna get that girl. So it's just like, what good did that do for you? And I'm not saying don't do these things, don't listen to Shan and do. Yes, I encourage all men to do these things, but sometimes you just not him. You're just not that guy for that particular woman. You know what I mean? I don't want men to go off believing that these things are going to make you him because they won't. They will improve you. They will help you increase the likelihood of you attaining maybe even a better caliber of a woman. But jotting all these things down the list and you're not him, you don't have that persona and that aura, you just checked a lot of things off the list.
That's tough. So I also want to say shout out to Crew Season for the $10 super chat. I think I said it earlier. I am in violation. I didn't shave my head today, but it's just coming back, so it'll be shaved tomorrow. Um, but the thing is, you do have to have the moxie, the it factor. But in truth, Shahid, if that's the woman that I desired, and you were in the room, and you desired her too, and she chose you, then she really wasn't the person for me, right?
But that
Um,
don't change. That's who you wanted though. That's what I'm saying. Like
right,
you
but
want
just because I wanted a particular person, and I'm gonna use you and I, in this example, right? Just because I wanted her, if you had the it factor and she chose you, doesn't mean that I have to have the person that I desire all the time. Because, like I said on Clubhouse, it just even in Atlanta alone, there are at least 600,000 available women to for me to date just in Metro Atlanta, right? So that one won't change the landscape, right? But the one that I truly desire, if I go after her and I don't get her, and you do, she was for you.
yeah. I
So,
mean, go ahead, Colin.
so I'll say this because I was going to say something similar to that too. It's just like the woman that's for you may be the woman that Shahid is talking about, where it's just like if she's out of your quote unquote out of your league, it's just like the woman that's for you might be that woman for you, might be the woman that is just awesome, great, is exactly right for you. Um, so I think we're just playing word games and things like this because I think it's just all because it can go much deeper. We could talk about just the character of people, just the personality of people. Their personality is messed up because you see, I distinguish the difference from pretty girls and beautiful girls. So it's just like there's tons of pretty women out here, but it's just like, but on the inside, it's just their personality is meh, or they got a nasty disposition. So it's just like, um, I don't care. The most unattractive men would be, dissuaded and unattracted to that woman once of learning of her personality and her character. She could be the prettiest woman in the whole room, but it's like if she's flawed or she has just those bad qualities, those bad intangibles, then it's just like any man's gonna be put off by that. So when I say the wordplay and things like that, I think we're just talking about if we're talking about going for the best person in the room or the baddest one in the room and all that kind of stuff. Then it's like we can just be talking about a guy who's, just he ain't worried about no relationship or anything like that. He's just trying to get bodies and things like that. So it's just like it's just so many scenarios. That's what I'm saying. I'm stumbling with this because like it can just go so many different directions.
I agree. Like I don't like typically the people that we want are not the person that we need. They don't necessarily fit us. You know what I mean? So like the girl that you want might just be a chick I'm not gonna respond to her text in the morning. You know what I mean? But that's what I'm saying. Like the things are great to check off as just self-help, self-improvement things for men. But as men, we have to know that these are things aside from getting women. These are things that we should just possess just off the rip. You know what I mean? Like, and they'll help us. And that's what I think. That's where my point is really getting at is like if you possess these things just off of you, then you'll have more success in that aspect. But if you're doing these things, checking them off just to get that girl, you're not even going. Your intentions are off. You know what I mean? Your mind is not even in the correct place to where you're going to be able to achieve this certain success with particular women that you want because you're doing it for them. This is not who you are. You're just checking off a bunch of things on the list.
That I can agree with. Any self help or any self improvement, you want to do it for you and not for what you can obtain. Doing it to get something suggests that you have an ulterior motive. Doing it to obtain um, is not you're not pure, right? And sooner or later, no matter how long you practice, whatever steps or whatever 9 things, 20 things or 100 things, no matter how much you practice it just to obtain, your true character will show, right? One of the things that my mentor shared with me about a project I'm working on, he said, as the project gets bigger and you make more money, and let's just say, I make, however much money, I make 6 figures a month, right? That's, a hypothetical number. He said, if it gets there, he said, money does not really change you. And it's not that I needed a reminder, but he reminded me anyway. He said, money doesn't change you. He said, it only magnifies who you are. So the same is true with these particular things. No matter how well you practice them, if you're doing them just to obtain and not to become a better person, the thing is, your character will still show. If you're an asshole, you'll still be an asshole, right? If you are, dirty at home, you'll still be those things, right? um, none of the things that you do um, will force you into the right situation unless you do it for yourself.
And
I totally
for me, it goes back to like a woman is able to identify who you truly are. Like, for example, you get a lot of people, they get nice things, and you can tell they don't understand how to use these nice things, when they should use these nice things, and um, how they should move when they have these nice things. For example, you'll get somebody that buys a luxury car and they immediately want to put rims on it. You buy $100,000 watch, Rolex, and you want to bust it down and put all these type of diamonds in it. That immediately, the people that are in that space where these are normal things to them, they can immediately point out like, oh, this person is not used to having nice things because they don't even know what to do when they get them. Like you got the Maybach, the Rolls Royce, you threw some rims on it. You got the Rollie, you busted down. You put all the diamonds in it. It's just like, oh, you stick out like a sore thumb. That's how like women are gonna see that. Like, yeah, that like women they're so keen to the finer details that they can see when it's not true, no matter if you execute every last one of these things on the list.
More facts. Look, I don't think there's a wrong answer here. Okay,
Right, absolutely. Yeah.
and it's not about being wrong, but yeah, it's just like I think the main moral is, as stated, is just constantly work on improving yourself. The outside things are great. They'll give you confidence. They'll give you those things that'll make you stand out. That'll make you get attention. But you should definitely work on the internal things more. So it's just like focus on being the best version of you before trying to find the person that's for you, the person that you want, or the person that you need. That's my take.
Yes. Um, Dang, it's 11:17 already. Um, I like this topic though, man. I really like it. Like becoming the best version of you. So much so I don't want to jump into our hot topic, but I think we might have to. Um,
I mean, we can definitely hold it off until we get the majority of our panel next week.
What's the hot topic about the boxer?
uh-uh, um, the Obama
Who's black?
video.
Oh, the Obama video.
You mean
Yeah,
Michelle's wife?
Michelle Obama?
yeah,
We did that
yeah.
last week.
No, we didn't.
No,
Or
We
we
did
didn't.
business
last week.
last week. No, the week before that we did. I
We
tell you,
never
hold
played
on.
that?
No, we
No,
never.
Oh, I'm
no. The
tripping.
week before that we did. Oh, I should know. I'm gonna look it up now. I feel like I gotta know because um,
Anyone in the audience, do y'all want to come up and contribute to this conversation? You can hit the link
link.
right there. That's right above Shahid. The call.aabma.live if y'all want to come up and join us in this discussion or ask us a question. But we appreciate having you all there.
So 2 weeks ago was how important is it to carry on your family name? That was the legacy video that we talked about.
Right. Okay.
Um,
And then last week was the business.
yeah, you know, I really liked the feedback that we got. Um, yeah, definitely be upfront and be authentic. I think one of the problems that you have that we have is some people choose not to be authentic with their actions or anything. So I totally agree there. I am actually looking for the questions as we speak, Colin. Um, Gotta go back and find the questions because I think
I mean, we can save it for next week.
from no if I'm dating a man. Did we answer this? If I'm dating a man and he is inconsistent regularly, should I stop talking to him and send a long text? Did we answer that 2 weeks ago, right?
I
Mm,
remember. I remember the long text part, but I don't think we ever addressed it because I wanted to speak about this.
what was
Okay.
it? Read it. Read
Okay.
it.
No, because I think what are three fundamental things that men need to have in order prior to dating? We didn't answer those two questions.
think we answered that. I don't think we got to the next one though.
Okay.
Right.
So the second question, I'm gonna repost it. Is more copy paste. Um, if I'm dating a man and he is inconsistent regularly, should I stop talking to him, or should I send him a long text explaining what is wrong, and how I would like things to go better?
You know, the part the part about what stood out to me most about that was her asking, should she send a long text? And I immediately got irritated when I saw that because it was like he's already not on whatever type of frequency you want him to be on, and then you're going to send him a long text, and it's going to like destroy whatever chance you have of thinking you're going to make this work. Um, but if he's already inconsistent, that should be your first red flag or warning right there. He's already showing signs that you don't like. Like sometimes I believe that women at times are like a glutton for punishment. You know what I mean? Like you see the red flags along the way. Like you keep stumbling, and stumbling, but it's just like you have to fall. Like you have to hit the ground before you get it. Um, for me, it's just like if he's shown signs of inconsistency and you've accepted that, you either have to continue on or you got to draw a hard line in the sand. And the hard line in the sand is not sending a long paragraph text. It's communication. Like I don't read long paragraph text because my phone line is open to whoever I'm dating, right? So we can't sit and you can't properly communicate what it is you want and need from me. Don't communicate it at all because there's no reason why these type of things should not be talked about face to face or at least by phone. So you either just let him take his lead and go off of how he's trying to move and operate, or pick up the phone and call that man. Do not send that long text.
So when I read the question, I was like, I had so many questions, right? So the first question I asked is, first of all, you're dating, right? So my first question is, did you establish what consistency is to the two of you, right? Because one of the things that I tell women when I date is that just because I'm dating you doesn't mean that I'm not dating anybody else. And that's number one. And number two, you are not able to monopolize my energy, my money, nothing. I don't give you the space in my life, and I think everyone should make this um as a mantra for dating. Now, this is just dating, like you're talking to somebody brand new. You just met them, you've been talking to them for a month or two. You're not in an exclusive relationship. You're not together, even if you're having sex. You cannot monopolize their time and think that if you text me at 9 a.m., I am required to respond at 9:05 or 9:30. There are women that I play basketball every Wednesday and Friday. Every Wednesday and Friday. I'm in the gym at 8 a.m. and I don't leave until 12:30. Every Wednesday and Friday, every week. The only time that I'm not there is if I have something else going on, right? Or I don't want to go, or, let's say my back hurt or something like that, right? But every Wednesday and Friday I'm there, right? There are women that in the last 6 years that while I was dating would call me and ask me, why didn't I pick up the phone? Here's the thing. I'm in the gym. I'm not picking up the phone. In fact, I'm not even going to text you back until I leave. So to make a long story short, if you feel that they can monopolize your time, and you feel that just because they didn't respond in the time frame you wanted them to respond, they're inconsistent, then that's not a them problem, that's a you problem. So that's the very first thing. You need to establish what consistency is, right? I don't have to talk to you every day, all day. I don't have to, like, I literally, when I date, I'll talk to a woman for about an hour. And that sometimes can be too long. Like, that's like the maximum in a new experience. No matter how good the conversation is going, I'm going to drop off. Why? Because of one, I want to leave you hanging for more, leave you desiring more. That's number one. And number two, I want to get off the phone. I want to go and do whatever it is that I want to do. Right. So if you're not establishing consistency and what that looks like between the two of you, you have an issue. So that's the first thing. So the second thing, should I stop talking to him? Well, nobody could tell you if you should stop talking to a person. Does he meet your needs? Right? And I'm not talking wants. Consistency is a need, but you don't know what you need in reference to consistency, so you can't say he meets your needs. Right? That's a problem. You don't know what you truly want. Do you want him to call you every day? Do you want him to respond to every text that you send within a short amount of time? What is it that you need? And what is it that you can be okay with? Those are the things that you need to answer. Then, like Shahid said, should I send him a long text explaining what's wrong or how I would like things to go better? Here's where you got it right, young lady. The last part is where you got it right, except the text. You don't want to send a text because tone is always lost in text. Here's what you could do. If he's at work and you're at work or you're in school and you can't communicate right away and you're going to forget, in my dating, I've sent a video message. iPhone has the capability. I record myself. I say what I want to say. They hear the tone. They hear the inflection of my voice. They can read my facial expressions. You can see all of that. But I still would rather have this conversation in person rather than um, over text. So don't text it. I'm gonna give you this last example, and I'm gonna toss it to Colin or any of the other guys. There was a young lady I was dating that said this to me. She said, she sent me a text. She said, I realize why I'm struggling dating you, and I want to end things. And I said, well, why? She said, my heart is with another guy. Now, we had only been talking for about 3 months. And she had been talking to this other guy for, I don't know, 7 or 8 months or however long. I said, this is not a text conversation. Let's talk face to face. Let's resolve it face to face so that we can kind of, hear each other out and see. Now, we were just dating, right? Just dating, right? So once we resolved it, I said, you can still enjoy that guy and still enjoy me. It's not gonna make you a bad person if you continue to enjoy that person, and it's not gonna make you like me any less. You don't have to choose today because we're not getting married. She felt such relief. Now here's the thing: had she read that in a text, she would have heard it in her own voice and not in the tone in which I was trying to convey it. That's all I got on that. Your thoughts, Colin?
No thoughts.
No thoughts at all?
It could be because I'm tired.
Fair enough.
Shahid, do you have anything?
No, I said my piece.
Say less. Man, I'm good right here. I want to hold this other question until next week.
You can close it up.
Alrighty.
We want to let you get some sleep.
Unless we got questions. I mean, I don't think we got other questions. Like
Nobody's coming in, so last call in the audience. If you have a question you'd like to ask us, not in the chat, you need to press the link above that I just took off the screen. You need to press that link right above Chris's head if you would like to come up and ask us a question. You don't have to be on camera, but you will need to come up. If not, we will bid you all a good night. Until next week.
After these messages, we'll be
We'll
back
be
next week.
right back.
That's how you know you're old. You know that
Yeah,
one.
those Saturday cartoons never got loved them.
Right.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles go off, and then after these messages, it'd be like little different things that go on little fire hydrant.
Yep. It's 11 o'clock. Do you know where your children are? I love that one. Anyways, send us home.
Good night, everybody.
Short and sweet.
Yeah, it was a chill night tonight. Hope y'all enjoyed tonight's show, ladies and gentlemen. And hope y'all enjoying this new format, these tips of the week, these jewels and gems we're dropping. Look forward to these every single week.
Who's supposed to be doing next week? I got a feeling it's me.
I believe it might be Jerron. But y'all tune in every week. We have a panel of distinguished gentlemen. Everyone is an expert in their crafts. So, come learn a little bit more about us and what we do every single week when we do our tip of the week. Very chill. I like chill evenings like this. Chill evenings
I'm
like
the
this. I
18.
sleep really well. Is it Jerron that's next?
Yeah. I got Geronda's best practices to avoid conflict and arguments. I have 5 red flags all men should look for from women. Cut her off early. Oh, I got 35 of them. Boy, I tell you what, I got plenty of red flags. If she tells you that she only wants to be friends, cut her off. You're not there for friendship.
He's cracking
There's
himself
$30
up.
ain't no friends.
What the heck, Chris?
No, like think about that, bro. Like, and think about that. If she just says, "I want to be your buddy," right? Like buddies like you and I are. You, me and Shahid are, right? We buddies. There's no type of intimacy. There's no holding hands. There's no, witty banter. None of that. I just want to be your bud. Nah, cut her off. If you 30 plus, you 25 and older, you have been building friendships since you were at least 6 months and were able to go to daycare. So you're good. Alpaca. Pass. Go. Collect $200. Go to community service. Facts. Like, no, I mean, you don't get in dating to try to be buddies. Like, what? That's so retarded to me.
Hey, make sure you record the game tomorrow. I want to see you and Shan play.
Man, Shan ain't coming. Shan is not coming.
Shan is gonna pull
And
up.
then, I don't know about that California ball, man. We're a little rough over here. We're a little rough over here.
Y'all some softies.
I guess so. We ain't got West tonight to close us out, but
Fix your teeth, everybody.